Hey everyone, it's SpursRail96 here, and welcome to another Train Sim World 4 livestream. Today we are going back in time to 1983, to the north of England, where I'm taking a look at one of my favourite routes in the game, and that is Northern Trans Pennine. So let's get into the journey mode and have some fun. Locomotive driver. And we're going to do an express service, westbound, going from Leeds to Manchester Victoria, calling at Huddersfield only. So let's rock and roll. Hey Commando, nice to see you, hope you're well. Okay. Let's unlock the doors. I need to lower the seat height. It's a bit too high for me. It's a bit better. Right, instrument lights on. Master key. Get the brakes up and running a minute. I need to change a few things. Put on the motion blur and see if I could find that HUD type. It's a simple HUD, I think it is. No, that's not it. Oh god. Ah! Sitting controls, where is it? HUD type. Normal, minimal, I think. Yeah, that's it. Starting to like this new HUD type. Before I try it out, and I actually quite like it. Headlight switch on, the spare switch, nose light. Yeah, turn on the cab heaters. As it's a little bit chilly this in the UK this evening for me. So this is the locomotive we're using for this express, the Class 45 diesel electric locomotive. One of my favourite locomotives in the game. So let's rock and roll, let's go. What platform are we going to? We must be the, not the 849, that's for sure. It's probably just missed us. I wasn't sure what the what's the destination display say here. Exactly the same. Going a little bit too fast. I was going to think we were the 1900 service, but obviously we're not. I know I should use the train brake, but I'm using the straight brake because it's easier because it releases much more quicker. The train brake takes a little bit longer to release and ends up slowing you down by quite a bit. So the first stop is Huddersfield. It's 14 miles away. On a lovely, clear evening. Very nice indeed. So let's just show you the map. So that's Leeds Station, or Leeds City as it was known back then. A little yard there with some coaches. There you have the train maintenance depot down here for the locomotives. Unfortunately, there is no services whatsoever going to or from that depot, which is a bit of a pain in the neck if you ask me. That's Huddersfield, that's where we're going to be going. That's the 5-mile long Standage Tunnel, one of the longest tunnels in the north of England, even to this day I believe. That's Staley Bridge, and finally Manchester Victoria. Need to keep an eye on where we're going. Full power. Don't want to waste too much time. We have a schedule to keep to, especially with the sun setting. The Commander Norfolk Pennine is good fun with the 150. I haven't tried Vin 150 to be honest on this route. Maybe I could set up like some sort of free roam or scenario planner thing in the bob with the 150, maybe going from Huddersfield to Leeds or something like that, or Staley Bridge to Huddersfield, something like that, or maybe just a full run in general. Hey Liam, nice to see you. Hope you're well. Expired water, I think that's how you say it. Is this new? No, this DLC is very old indeed. This is... Ooh, blimey, how old we're talking. When did it come out? This time in 2018, so it's a very, very old route. It's still one of my favourites. The BR Blue stuff that has come out for Train Sim World. I haven't got Blackpool branches yet. I'm waiting to pick that up on the discount. What's quite good about Trans-Pennine for me is that you don't have AWS, and there's quite a lot of variation, you know, in terms of the undulations. So you get some steep ups, some steep downs, and obviously you've got to pay quite close attention to signalling. And if you've got the heavy freight pack, obviously that adds in an extra layer of challenge when it comes to freight, you know, hauling vans or tankers, be it full or empty. If you find the weather conditions, that adds and it certainly spices things up. I mean, it's not to say the passenger stuff isn't a challenge. I mean, you know, the constant stopping and starting, you know, particularly on the non-express services, you've got to be pretty sharp with it. And my idea for this stream is to do an express, maybe a passenger service that doesn't stop at all the stations on the route, because it will be here forever. But I do plan to do like some sort of local service with the 101 later. We will have a little run in the 47. speed limit of 50 miles per hour coming up. Put back on the power. Interesting fact, Dovetail Games implemented the third rail lines for the Bury line. Bury line from Victoria. So maybe they planned on making it at one point. The Bury line from oh, in Manchester Victoria, do you mean? I thought you meant London Victoria for a moment. I was like, crikey, that's going to be a quite long journey. Interesting that, if it's the Bury line to Manchester Victoria. I haven't really thought about that, to be honest. Well, I'm just thinking, third rail electrification. That's got that's an odd one then. That's got to be modern day then, hasn't it? I'm not too sure now. Well, we're now in the first of two quite long tunnels. Liam, how was your birthday? Yeah, it was okay. Nothing more. Pretty much a normal day, really. I went to the cinema. That was alright. Ben Davis, hey, nice to see you. And same goes to Banana Craft as well. Hope you're both well. Simon, the Bury line had a weird third rail system before it became trams. It was operated by Class 504s with a side rail contact, a complete island of third rail and a unique system. Oh, I might have to have a little peek at that. When we stop at Huddersfield, I'll get a picture of it on the Google, on the Safari, and I'll have a little peek at that. Do you know whereabouts it was in Manchester, Victoria? Is it like hiding at the back or at the side, or I think there's like a let's go to Victoria in the map. It's like a 101 or something parked. Yeah, there. Wouldn't be there, would it? That's maybe where that express is. Maybe there, or because there's only so far. You can only go so far with the map, and obviously there's all these lines here. So maybe it goes up there. Maybe down there. I don't know. I mean, this is 1980s we're talking about, so Although maybe the maps of today are a little bit inaccurate to 1983. I think we just passed Dewsbury. Have we passed Dewsbury? I don't know. I've been so busy chatting away, I've forgotten where I am. Speed limit of 50 once again. Slovak ball mapper, hey, nice to see you, hope you're well. Banana Craft, happy birthday, oh thank you. It was last Tuesday, but thank you, I do appreciate it. Have you ever ground line looks good? Well, we haven't seen anything of it, have we? Just a little, what is it, Santa's wish list teaser of the map, that is. Yeah. Dovetail's under a lot of pressure because I like the Goblin line, don't get me wrong, but I think we should have had something else with it as well, aka the North London line. If we had to have the Goblin line, if that's what Dovetail was transfixed on, then personally I would have had the North London line attached to it, you know, just have more gameplay, more stations, more mileage, have a different train as well, like a Class 37A Capital Star. So yeah, I'm pleased to see the Overground finally debut in Train Sim World with a cool looking multiple unit, a dual voltage multiple unit in the 710. So it'll be interesting to see how that will look and feel and sound and all that stuff. Yeah, because it's a teeny tiny route, hopefully Dovetail will go to town with the scenery, put a lot of detail into it, you know, make you feel like, you know, you're operating services in northeast London. I was hoping at the station at South Tottenham we might be able to just see a glimpse of the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I doubt Dovetail will build the Tottenham Stadium, but you know, hopeful. That'll be quite good, quite nice. Speed limit of 45 coming up. Ben Davis, do you think the new 323 pack that just came and the same with the wagons pack? I don't know what you mean, Ben Davis. You're gonna have to explain it a bit better, my friend. I'm sorry. Either you don't speak or don't type very well in English, or I'm sorry, I don't quite understand what you mean. You're gonna have to rephrase that question. Unless you mean, what do you think of the new 323 pack just come on the same on the wagons pack? If it's a question like what do I think of those packs, then I don't know, and I'm not really interested in it, hence why I haven't got either of them. Waste of money as far as I'm concerned at this moment in time. Maybe I'll pick up the wagons pack on a steep discount. We'll wait and see. Come on, to the furthest platform is the two next to wherever 101 is. Ah, right, I see, okay. Simon, the bay platforms, I think, some of them which are given over to the trams, I think it went up and over. Ah. Interesting. Yeah, Commander, yeah, if you follow it from the bay platforms, you could see they've modelled a further track. It was all the way past. Yeah. Oh, Newton Heath. Oh, really? How have I not noticed that after all these years? Obviously, I've been paying attention to the track. Been busy poodling along in and out of Manchester. Modelled tunnels and everything. Ah, okay. Urban Undercraft, hopefully to do more stuff with TFL. Well, it's long overdue. I mean, the last time we had, well, the only time we've had a TFL or Transport for London branded route was the Bakerloo line back in 2020, so over 3 years ago. So it's long overdue, I must say. Hopefully we have maybe another underground route in 2024. Going way too fast. Not looking what I'm doing. I do apologise. I would like to see the as far as the next underground route is, either for me it would be either the Circle Line or the Jubilee. Commander, in regards to the new overground route, they should have just extended the Bakerloo line. They modelled all of the assets above ground from Queen's Park onwards. Yeah, I forgot about that. Hopefully they could integrate the Class 710 on the Bakerloo line, the overground section, or the surface section. Throttle at 40%. In fact, we'll set it to maximum. Now the speed limit has changed to 70. Got a bit of an uphill gradient. 3 miles to go till Huddersfield. I see what you mean. I see what you've done there, Liam. Liam, doesn't have down an LNER. Look, there is a route that goes past the Emirates Stadium. I'll look at what route it is, but it is possible. But is it possible, as they would have? Oh, but it is possible, son. Sorry. As they would have the license and have the locos for it. Wait and see. I hope not. Simon is really pissed off that they've stonewalled the idea of laying the 710 onto the Bakerloo line. Layering and timetable should be such a strength of the system. Why have they stonewalled the idea then? What's their excuse this time? There shouldn't be any excuse, really, should there? Because there is literally nothing on the overground section running on those tracks, as far as I'm aware. Unless they didn't put that into their thinking, and I'm not too sure. Just over a mile to go until Huddersfield. I think it's wise we come off the power and put on the brakes. It's always wise to start braking early for Huddersfield, because before you know it, you're flying through the station way over the limited speed of 15. Even though you have a slight uphill gradient, it's not going to help you all of the way into Huddersfield, as it does level out in the end, if I'm not mistaken. I think I might get out of the cab in a minute. There's something wrong with the audio in this locomotive. I think it's an old trick. It's an old bug that's been plaguing train some old routes for donkey's years. Is that you get the audio or the exterior audio of being under a canopy or something, or being in a big station terminus, you know, like Victoria or Paddington or Leeds. Victoria, Manchester Victoria to a degree as well, which does irritate me sometimes. Just get down to 15. There we go. Tickety boo. Liam, Victoria Line, London Overground and Finsbury Park. Victoria Piccadilly lines as well, the Circle. That's what I would like to see. Fair enough. Commander, to be fair, you could just use a new scenario planner though. True. I find the scenario planner to be a bit fussy. Hence why I've never used it. Not on Train Sim 1, 4 and 3, for sure. I tried it in Train Sim 1, 2. Found it fussy and confusing as hell, so I thought screw it, just leave it. I tried the free roam thing. I didn't get much further with that really. I found that to be a bit of fiddly. Commander, they should do a layer for Great Western Express with the Jubilee livery. For the HST, I presume you mean. Did they do a livery for HST of Her Late Majesty's Platinum Jubilee? I swear an 800 or a Class 800 of some description had like a Queen of the Platinum Jubilee. What was it, like a sticker or a, nameplate of it or something like that. We're going way too slow here. Let's pick up the pace a little bit. We're running late as it is. Come on. Thank you. The engine needs a bit of encouragement. It's a bit better. Right, I'll put on the train brake this time. Unlock the doors, let the passengers board or alight, which seems to be no one at all. Excellent. I do love this Class 45. It's one of my favourite locomotives in Train Sim World. Look at the grubbiness. Always will be one of my absolute favourites. I love the way it looks. I think the sounds are okay. And it feels nice to drive. Is the seat down or? It is. Oh. I feel like the BFG still. Sounds better. Right, let's depart Huddersfield and go to our next and final stop, which is Manchester Victoria. Watch the train depart, shall we? Full power. Good to see that the tail lamp was on at the back. That's good. I'm pleased. I'm struggling to keep up here. Oh yeah, I was meant to take a look at that multiple unit, or diesel multiple unit. Simon said. Just got to find what it was called. Hang on. 504s. Oh yeah. Oh, not too bad. Unique type of electric multiple unit at 1,200 volt DC third rail. Yeah. Oh, it's not too bad. Oh, I'd like that. Quite cool. Right, let's go full power. I want to get out of this tunnel. Simon, their excuse was that they don't tend to go back to old routes. Huh? Don't get that. The excuse was they don't tend to go back to old routes. So it's being lazy, basically. You can't be bothered. Buggers. They can be bothered to go back to West Somerset Railway and give that a big overhaul. It's not very fair, I don't think. Early might suggest the Metropolitan line runs in Moorgate to Amersham and Chesham, with branches going to Watford and Uxbridge. It's around 41 miles long and takes around 1 hour and 15 minutes on the full run. That would be quite nice to see. Whether Dovetail will do that is anyone's guess. Probably not. Oh, I agree, Simon. Absolutely. Timetable is hands down much more superior than any scenario you could construct with the scenario planner. Hands down. Simon, the problem with tube lines is that that most run doing a main line, so always feel a bit lacking, like the Bakerloo does. Circle would be good. Circle would indeed be great. Will be expectations will be, I suppose, set higher due to the World of Subways version, even though that's very old now. When did that come out? 2007? 2009? Still one of the best. Commander the 710, I mean, it's the Ventura, isn't it? So it's the same as the Jubilee line stock. Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that. It's probably easy for Dovetail to do. Probably more of a chance of seeing the Jubilee line then. Ben Davis, sorry man, what do you think of the new pack? Well, I mean, I haven't got either of them, and I don't plan to get both of them in the near future. Well, I'm certainly not going to get that Class 323 Metro all regional railways pack. That's just delivery. A teddy bear and a tail lamp on a 323 we already have, so steer clear of it. That's what I'd say. Petroleum pack. I mean, it is cool, but you know, you do get some extra freight services on Great Western Express in particular, as well as the Midland Line, but I'm not paying close to £10 for some different coloured tankers that have maybe some different little, you know, details like ladders and bogies and all that kind of stuff, or couplers. Yeah, it's not worth £10, is it? It's just not. Like, where do you see the value of your money for that? I don't know. I don't know. Well, the time of the Great Western Express was set before it was electrified to Reading. True, it was indeed. It's electrified as far as Hayes and Harlington, so it's a very small portion of the route in Trainsim World. Damn, I'd love to see that route be remade, extended. Oh, be wonderful. I mean, if Dovetail was, you know, to get back the GWR license, I'd be very pleased with that, and I think a lot of people would agree with me on that one. I wonder why they lost the license to it. Could be a money issue. Wouldn't be surprised. Ironic. Yeah, if Great Western Express was to be remastered as such, or updated to the present day, then I would extend the route not a massively long way. You'd be surprised. I'd extend the route down to Newbury, I think, as far as electrification goes, if I'm not mistaken, and then just build up the branches from there. You know, have maybe a bit of the Basingstoke branch, you know, going from Reading to Reading Green Park, which is one of the newest stations now on the railway network. Have all of the branches playable, like branches to Henley on Thames, Marlow, what's the other one? Heathrow, Terminal, was it 2, 3 and 4, Ascot, I think, as well. If I missed Ascot, no, yeah, I think Ascot is definitely one of them. Maybe have the branch to Greenford from West Ealing. Speed limit of 55 coming up, and it will go down once again to 40. Simon, Hammersmith and Circle will be a good choice. Actually, you could layer in 700s at Farringdon. Oh yeah, you could, couldn't you? It's a good point. $15 miles to go until Manchester Victoria. Not long now before Standage Tunnel. Ben Davis, this is a good route in my top 5. I definitely agree with you there. It's certainly in my top 5. Trans-Pennine. It would be very, very, very cool if, imagine if Trans-Pennine got the level of work to remaster it, like Dovetail have done to the West Somerset. I mean, come on, please. Dovetail, come on. Don't let the West Somerset remaster be a one-off. You may not like to do it, but it's hard work. That's just life. Pay a lot of money for these things. Right, we can increase the speed to 65 as we are now in one of the longest tunnels in the game. Standage Tunnel. Slovak ball mapper should I get Northern Trans-Pennine or West Somerset? Whoa, that's a tough one. I really want to say West Somerset because of its new massive remastered update thingamabob, because that looks really cool. But at the moment, it's not. The remastered version isn't available, so I'd say Northern Trans-Pennine. You know, you get to, you know, there's a good level of challenge with the undulations. Like I said earlier, you know, rolling through the Pennines. No safety systems to help you, so you've got to keep an extra beady eye on the signals. If you get the British Rail Heavy Freight Pack alongside it, which is probably one of the best add-on packs you could find for Train Sim World, where you get a Class 40, a little shunter, 2 different types of freight rolling stock, and it adds quite a bit to the route. There is certainly room for improvement for Northern Trans-Pennine, far from it. Obviously it needs a complete visual makeover. Scenery, lighting, services, scenarios, etc. But I still think Trans-Pennine is, from a gameplay perspective, still one of the best. Not sure how long it is. I think it's near 40-ish miles, so it's not too bad. Not too bad. Simon, I guess the ideal time for Great Western Express would be the brief period when HSTs existed but Crossrail did, so you could have Great Western Expresses and HSTs plus 387, 710s and 16s, all of which are in the game, indeed. Yeah, the yeah, 710s, yeah, I forgot, they're the same rolling stock that do Elizabeth line, doesn't it? And I think a variant of the 700s was, well, it's the 707s, I think, as far as I can tell. Oh, we're going too fast. Albeit not very long now, leave it. What is it, South Western Railway, is it? They do services to London Waterloo, I think, and they used to do it with, I think they still do it with, a variant of 700, if I'm not mistaken, so you could have that just trundling in and out of Reading. So right, you need to put on a bit of brakes here. Alright, okay, that's alright, Simon. IETs instead of HSTs, or IETs and HSTs, sorry. There we go. That's alright, Slovak ball mapper. Take care of yourself. See you next time. If not, then have a good Christmas and New Year. Right, I'll save the usual YouTube shenanigans as we're just over 10 miles away from London Victoria. Manchester Victoria, sorry, Jesus Christ, it's late in the day. Then make sure to hit the thumbs up button below, and if you are watching for the first time, be it live or on playback, then I'd really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. The next live stream will be, I think, Christmas Eve. 2023, that's this Sunday, of course, December the 24th, and we will be, I think, for now, we will be doing another part of the Northern Trans-Pennine experience, and that is looking at the British Rail Heavy Freight Pack. So we're going to do some shunting and obviously a freight service tackling the Pennines. If I can't do that stream, then I'll have to try and shoehorn it in on a Friday or a Saturday. The only reason why I'm thinking I might not be able to do a stream on Christmas Eve is because I have to go to what is it? Church service for the family. So always do it every year. Nice cup of tea there. Also got a Galaxy chocolate bar. Need to eat that very soon. What was the other thing that was announced in the roadmap? Sticking onto old school stuff. I do like the fact that what's its face? Simtrack, that's it, Simtrack Studios, they're making that Class 104 for Peak Forest and reinvigorating its timetable. I do like that. I've always wanted to see, you know, like a transitional era of having steam and diesel on one route, and we're finally getting it, which is quite cool. What was the I think the route was set in 1963, so 20 years earlier than this very route we're driving today. So yeah, it'd be quite interesting to see. I hope Simtrack Studios do a good job, because you know, they're not covering themselves in glory with that Class 323 like livery pack. Getting a bit sick. I mean, surely they must know that. I imagine 60, 70, maybe 85% of the community do not want these stupid gameplay packs. It's really getting annoying. And obviously, if the sales are good and keeps bringing in their money, they'll keep doing it, Dovetail and the third-party devs, unfortunately. Never mind. Simon, the Southwestern Railway's 707s mostly been sold to Southeastern, but could be seen at Dartford. Well, today they're obviously in operation, aren't they? They've been sold to Southeastern. I don't know what they were like in 2016, where Great Western Express was based on, or was it 2017, early 2017? So I imagine the 700s were still trundling around at that point. Maybe the 450s as well. Was it 450s or 444s? I can't remember which one. Not very good with numbers. Remembering numbers. Right, we're about to go past Staley Bridge soon, I imagine. Indeed. Commando Catholic Service Spurs? I've no idea. I don't know what kind of service it is. I only go to church once a year, and that's for Christmas. I'm not religious in any way, shape or form. Speed limit of 15, we better get down that speed pretty quickly. Early, and by the way, Spurs, if you're wondering how Your fails is going. It's going very well. I'll send you the video when I'm finished. How can you send me a video of it when you're finished? How can you send it to me? There's no way you can send it to me. So, whoa, we're speeding massively. Oh well, passengers may like that. I better put on the brakes actually, just in case. Or I run into a red signal. Being a bit lazy with the speed limits this evening, I do apologise. IETs. I'm just thinking what Simon said about the IETs. It would have to be a different variation of the 800s, wouldn't they? I think the cab is different to what we've got at the moment on East Coast mainline. So I think the interior and obviously the cab and maybe a few little details on the exterior may be a bit different to the version we've got at the moment, but it's mostly the same. I hope. Pray. Please bring back the Great Western Railway licence. Missing a big chunk of railways. They need to be portrayed in Train Sim World. Right, let's get going. Now go to the new speed limit of, well, what is currently 75, but it will soon be down to 50. 7 miles to go until Manchester Victoria. No buffet either, Simon. I miss the old buffet car. The trolley thing is a unnecessary thing to have. Always gets stuck in the gangways, doesn't it? Stuck in the carriage, you know, hitting one seat, armrest, and then another, and oh dear, just wobbling around. Crikey. I think all the things are going to fall out, especially with the train going at significant speed. Sadly, the 800s the GWR have are not the comfiest of trains, sad to say. But to be fair, when I went on one to from mum's sister's birthday, it was quite nice. Going back, that is. Going to see her, it was terrible. Seats were hard as nails. But coming back, it was lovely. Difference was, it was originally going to be like, I think, like a 9-coach train. Instead, for some reason, it didn't happen, and they got a 4-coach train or something like that. So it was all cramped and horrible. But coming back, obviously, we were on a 9-coach express, so it was much nicer and less crowded, even at Paddington. It's not really full to the brim. Trains are going to be rammed over Christmas and New Year, my gosh. I will be going away for New Year's, so as far as content goes over Christmas, New Year, there will be none. We're having a small little wee break. Surprised there's still a glint of sunlight still. At least I can see where I'm going, which is good. Hey Thierry, nice to see you, hope you're well. A commando I'd love if Rivet or Dovetail, whoever, did a modern, better West Cornwall with a GWR livery 150, 100%, I definitely agree with you on that one. The West Cornwall logo we've got at the moment is an embarrassment to the people of West Cornwall. of the Cornish folk. That route is a shambles from a scenery perspective. One of the worst, no doubt. It's just as bad as the Arosa line, in my opinion. Probably even worse, actually. Which makes me think, I hope the next UK route that Rivet Games make isn't going to be at that level of West Cornwall local. I hope not. Their previous route, the ScotRail Express, I thought was pretty good, coming from Rivet. What I don't like from Rivet is that stupid 66 engineering pack. That's another waste of money. The Bernina line, I'm not looking forward to it. It's not all of the Bernina line. The only thing I like about it is the Allegra V812 electric multiple unit, and that's about it. So yeah, not much. There's not many promising things coming from out of the pipeline as far as Rivet Games are concerned at the moment. I think Skyhook Games are doing a better job than Rivet, to be honest. I mean, Skyhook's track record of DLCs, well, from a route perspective, I thought is okay. Cane Creek, I think, looks okay. Of course, there's not much to do with it. Horseshoe Curve, I thought the route was pretty decent. Just the sounds of the locomotives were crap. Very tinny indeed. And obviously, Midland Main Line got off to a very rocky start, but since they've come on leaps and bounds and improved that route. Still much to do still with the Midland Main Line. Obviously a loco add-on, I'm sure isn't far away in their plans. Class 222, wink wink. And maybe one day you could see an extension on that route. Wouldn't that be nice? Just under 3 miles to go to our final stop, Manchester, Victoria. Go on to give the Class 43 another route to run on as well. I've done it on Scenario Planovo. Class 43, well, there's 2 routes you can do now, isn't there? If you're on about a GWE one, then obviously, yeah, it's just stuck to one. And the East Midlands trains liveried. Whoa, we got a red. Crikey, I didn't see that. Should be okay. Oh, that's a green. Gives us a good excuse to get down to 20, so that's fine by me. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, the HST. You could use the East Midlands trains one, I think, on is it East Coast Main Line as well? I did have a little. I had a try on the Midland Main Line. Had a little drive on the one with the 158 and the HST. Oh, it's so much better. Visuals, they look very good, particularly in the passenger compartments, you know, the coaches. I've tightened that up a lot. Liam, make the hashtag bring the GWR back, post on all Dovetail uploads. You may not listen, but it's worth a try, guess. Yeah, I suppose. I don't think it's the right time of year to do it now. Alright, so we're stuck at a red for the time being. We are ahead of schedule. Oh, good. Made up for lost time. It's not a bad looking little scene there of 45 in the evening light. Not bad at all. I mean, this is the old skybox tech and lighting, so it doesn't look too bad though. Just think of how good it will look though with the new lighting, or the current TSW4 lighting. I'll wait until the signal goes green. Simon, intercity services should have proper catering, otherwise it just feels like a low status service. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely. TOD 100 units on as bad as they're made out to be. Have you tried the GWR versions, my friend? I think you'll find not as good as what. Well, I think you'll find out they are as bad as the critics say. I mean, I didn't go very far on the 800s. I only went to London Paddington from Reading, but my God, the seating was awful. It's like an ironing board I was leaning up against, rather than sitting on a nice comfy chair. Begs the question: what's the point of paying for first class? You know, and the fact that the buffet car has gone from the HSTs, you know, like you used to have. Yeah, doesn't paint a pretty picture. Best thing about the 800s, they look good on the outside. That's about it. You know, but you know, let's balance it out. I did have a decent journey coming back. Seating was a little bit better on the return leg. Simon, alternatively an intercity swallow HST on West Cornwall would be lovely. Oh yeah, that would look great, wouldn't it? Wouldn't that be lovely? Commander, the branch line is alright. It's not too bad, but I don't mind running it. But yeah, it looks shit at Penzance. That's one way of putting it. Yeah, yeah, shocking, terrible. I mean, even that little plaque at Penzance Station, which I think says, you know, welcome to Penzance or something like that. That's not there. I think there's some signs as well that say PZ in black and white, like the Cornish flag colours. That's not there. So yeah, a bit half-assed, isn't it? What's good about the West Cornwall local? I think the branch is okay. I mean, St Ives and what is it, Garby's Bay? They don't look very picturesque as you'd say in real life. What else? Oh yeah, the sea looks good. That's about it. Services are okay, you know, especially if you have the BR pack, heavy freight pack and Northern Trans Pennine installed. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. Where HSTs are concerned, we need the original variants. Yeah, it would be cool. Maybe one day Dovetail or whoever will do a historical route set back in the intercity days with a HST. That'll be quite cool. Anyway, I'm popping in and out of stream now. I have a nephew who's got prom. What's to help him with a car? What, 9:30 at night? Must be having a laugh. Why would you be panicking about a car at this time of night? It's a bit bizarre. Why don't you just think about that tomorrow? Like during the day, or in the morning, or late afternoon, or just after tea time. Not 9:30 at night. Right, need to get on the brakes. So we're coming into Manchester, Victoria. Oh, steep, steep, steep. Subsidy Scorpion, good afternoon from the United States of America. Hope you're well. Welcome. Just pulling into Manchester, Victoria after operating an express service from Leeds. If the Midland Main Line was extended to Sheffield, they should also include the line to Matlock. It's only a few miles extra. Agreed. They should also have that other bit of track that goes from Nottingham up to Sheffield. I forget what line it's called. We should have that as well. But yeah, if you want to create your own service, you could do a 2+4 HST on the East Coast Main Line between Grantham and Doncaster. As whole trains operated them for a short time while waiting for the 802s to enter service. Oh, really? Ooh. Got myself frightened out by the speed. There we go. I'm going to try and hunt for this third rail, but it may be difficult as it's quite dark now in the game, so I might struggle to see it. Just got to move a little bit more. I don't like being close to that red signal. Thank you, that'll do. So here we are at Manchester, Victoria. Right, let's go on a little hunt for this third rail. God knows where it would be though. You've got a few trains here in Victoria. One that's just arrived in Manchester. Another set that's just leaving, going to Leeds. I do want to go back to the free roam. Yeah, so this is Leeds, or Leeds City. It's a shiny building. Now, where could it be? I think it was this bit of track here, I think, maybe. It's got to be that, that's what I'm thinking, because obviously it goes underneath a bit of Newton Heath depot, so it probably is that piece of track there. That's probably the third rail. I don't think that, what's the time? No, I don't have enough time to go on the hunt for it. I'll have a look at it another time. Right, let's pick another service. Thierry, VL and the R800s are okay. They are okay. Shame all the 800s can't be just okay. It's quite a low standard of my view. Just okay. Not enough for the amount of money we pay, I don't think. More needs to... We need more. We need better. Better quality. As far as 800s go, in my view. Let's pick the DMU, the 101. We're not doing it all stops, I'll take forever. Empty coaching, stop, move. Is that all they do in the journey mode? Some ones I haven't done. What's the Saturday special? 6-car excursion, taking day trippers to Blackpool. You're in charge of the train between Leeds and Staley Bridge, calling at Dewsbury, Huddersfield, and Staley Bridge. No, I won't do that. Right. Let's do in the middle of the day. Marston to Leeds all stop. Let's have that. Let's have in December. I think that's appropriate. Let's pick that one. Let's go. Jerry's going to KGX. Don't know what that means. Got a 225 to London and an Azuma back. Alright. Hope you had a good experience. Commander, best seats for comfort are usually Arriva trains from my experience. Liam, I have a very busy week now. Next time I am available to do it, it is January. Available to do what, Liam? Oh, come on, yeah, that's the one. Oh, that's a piece of track. Oh, I see what you mean. Right, let's unlock the doors. Panel light is on. Destination light is on. Can't remember if the engines are turned on. I think they're all there. Sound like they're all. Keep in the lapped position. Turn the train lights on. Leeds is the destination. This is our 2-coach class 101. And I put the headlights on. I did not. My bad. There we go. Let's lock the doors. Obviously this has like a gearing system in a car, so you have to manually change gear. Except this doesn't have a clutch. I don't think so. It would help if I actually did put a gear, not leave it neutral. It's better. Am I doing something wrong? I haven't operated the 101 in a very, very long time. The engine is... it is on, isn't it? The engine. Is that like an engine only in with the reverser? Neutral. Right. It doesn't want to accelerate. That's a bit bizarre. Why is that then? Let's put the reverser in off, maybe. Fully apply the brakes. Handbrakes released. Train lights. What am I doing wrong? A bit confused. I'm gonna cut the engine. Throttle is an idle. Can't do a lamp test, it doesn't work. Oh, it does without switch. I don't know what I'm doing. Change over switch, engine 1. Engine 2, I don't know. Need a lighter on in here. Handbrake is released, isn't it? Yeah, it is released. What's that little button there? Oh, it doesn't work. Emergency brake valve, that's released. Oh, I don't quite know. It can't be safety systems because they don't work on Pennine. Well, it can. I think you could turn it on. Maybe not. It's where you used to. I'm a bit confused. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. EWS reset. Oh. I'm not. I really don't. The engine is on. I can hear it in the background. No. Well, hang on. Not in. I'm in first gear. Oh, I'm a bit perplexed by this. Oh, I don't know. Well, if I don't know, I'm not going to do it, am I? No point. Forget that 101. I've never been a fan of it anyway. Use a 47 instead. Let's get the chocolate out, shall we? Oh dear. It's been so long since I've used the 101, I've forgotten how to operate it. Next time I should use the tutorials. I'll use the tutorial next time. Right, let's go back on rail journeys. Let's use the 47 instead. Westbound, Leeds to Manchester. I've already done Leeds to Manchester. Let's do Manchester to Leeds. That's pouring with rain though. Ugh. Alright, we'll have to do... no, let's go in the timetable mode. Let's get the stream back on track here before it derails and ends up in a fireball of destruction and mess. Let's have one in the middle of the day. Manchester to Leeds, that'll do. That'll do, tickety boo, let's go. Right, let's cut this chocolate in half. Or break it in half, I should say. 12 days of Xmas winners. Very good. Right, let's drive this locomotive forward Trans-Pennine service, calling at principal stations only. It's nice to be in 47 again. I'm going to save a right. There we go. Front headlights on. Turn on the desk lights. Marker lights already are turned on. The master key. There's the 47. I've grown over time to be rather fond of the 37. It's not too bad. Oh, I've got an achievement. The magic number. You see the weathering now on the side. Doesn't look too bad, does it? I'll have a look at the chat in a second. Get back in the cab. Okay. Earlier I've been informed this year that maybe my last Christmas with my... Oh no! You're in a professional football club. Where did that come from? What club is that then, Liam? Too busy munching away on chocolate and looking at a live chat. Getting a bit slow. Bit of a steep incline. Got the canal there, just down on the left. Gio, have you picked up the Blackpool branches yet? No, waiting for a discount and I'll pick it up. Noon 01 official. Hey, how are you? Pacer from Leeds to Huddersfield next. Oh, I do not have the Pacer. Don't have Blackpool branches yet, I'm afraid. Actually, I don't know why. Crikey, things moving like crazy. Jerry, I don't know why none of the thing keeps moving. This live chat. Stop moving live chat. I need to read. Need to see what I'm reading. I don't know why none of the services that terminate or start on Mars and don't use any of the Bay platforms. It's a good question. I have no idea either. Speed limit of 20 coming up. It's very smooth, this 47, feels very smooth to me. Like a magic carpet ride. If only the 800s were like that. I'm sorry to keep butchering the 800s, but you know, when you end up paying, you know, a lot of money, you know, I do tend to complain and go on and on about it. It's Christmas week, let's not moan and groan about anything. Commander, it's fantastic for liveries as well. Do you mean the 47 or the 101? Presumably you mean both. Yeah, I mean, I know the liveries on the Blackpool branches, they have, they look pretty good. Nice variation. Especially on the Pacer as well. So just increase the power a little bit more. Very soon we'll be hitting the speed limit of 20. The Commander and a master key. Master key. Oh, for the 101. Oh, I didn't even see a master key in the cab. Unless it was under the seat, maybe. And it can't be under the seat, can it? No, it was so stupid. It's probably like the side of the seat or something. Oh, I didn't see it, so oh well, my bad. Sorry about that, peeps. Have to do the 101 another time. AKA 6-7 months later. Bandage, like to see Hertford or Hertford East to Liverpool with Class 7, 20, etc. Only down to most new UK routes. Only come with one new train. Nice to see the Swanage line to Wareham with T3 and now to Brokenhurst. I presume you mean in real life, because I have no idea any of those, to be honest with you. Master key under the brake. Ah, well, never mind. I'll do the tutorial next time. I use a 101 on Pennine or Tees Valley. Oh well, 47 is always good fun to use. Do like the whine of the engine you get with this locomotive. Speed limit's increased to 45 miles per hour. Oh, Colchester United. Have you you play for Colchester United? Seriously? So if I look on their website now, will it actually say, have you registered as a player? What's your shirt number? What's your shirt number? Play professionally for how could you play for Colchester United, may I ask? The transfer window is not open, and you'd have to come through their academy. You'd have to spend years in their academy. Are you in their academy, or there's no way you could be in the first team or something like that? No way. Yeah, you have to spend. I mean, I'm not a footballer. Don't plan to, but you know, people that want to become a professional footballer, they spend quite a lot of time in the respective academies at different age levels. You know, under 18s or under 23s or what have you. I mean, if you're the same age as me, you wouldn't be in any of those. You wouldn't be in under 18s. You wouldn't be in under 23s. So I'm a bit confused as to. You came through the academy. Boy, you've kept that quiet. So you came through the academy. When did you sign for them? Like pen to paper contracts and stuff. Because in all due respect, Liam, I am struggling to believe that. The club would have put out an announcement on their social media feeds. Like, you know, oh, this player's been signed to the first team, or, you know, the manager would have you know, bound to have said, you know, oh, we've got brought some youngsters into the first team for the academy or what have you, to, I don't know, bolster the squad, you know, because it's the Christmas period, etc. I came through the academy and I'm getting in at the transfer. I'm not starting or anything, I'm getting in at the transfer. Huh? I don't get that. It's not updated. I came through from the academy. Well, no need to, it doesn't matter if it's not updated. I could just have a look at their academy. Have a look at their academy games. You must have taken part in the academy games, so I'm going to have a look at that right now. Because that is extraordinary. Colchester United FC Academy. They will definitely have academy academy, here we go. Committed to developing the best young footballers and providing a pathway to the professional first team ranks, yada yada yada. Okay, so there's a development centre. Okay, that's fantastic. Academy players, here we go. Right, this is, I've got a little list of academy graduates, or a list of Colchester United's academy players aiming to make breakthroughs to the first team. This was in the summer this year, so you are bound to be in there. There's no way you can have just joined the academy like 2 weeks ago or something and somehow have got into you know, a transfer. There is no way on earth you could, because then, you know, that's just unfair for other players, you know. I've been there probably years, you know, at a very young age, training. Don't worry about it. No, I do worry about it. I want to see if, you know, if you're in the academy, because then they'll, you know, be able to see how you play. You know, that's something to be proud of if that's the case. You should be very proud of yourself if you get in the academy, especially of a club of that magnitude. I mean, I'm not saying Colchester United is the biggest club in the world, crikey. They're not as big as Reading or anything like that, but, you know, Colchester United is a well-known club. Even I know what Colchester United's about. Right, so let's have a look. So this is from a local, I think, a newspaper or something like that, sports newspaper or fan forum thing, you know, monitors the academy graduates, or like a fan news channel. Just want to look where Colchester United plays. What division are they in? Crikey, they're in League 2. You're part of a professional league club. My gosh. Jesus. I mean, I know they're stranded at the bottom, but wow. If what you say is true, then we did a trial for it, and there was 9 of us that went, but they randomly selected other players. How long have you been in their academy for then? Academy players. There we go. Oh, I didn't put the year. My bad. 2023. There we go. Right, here we go. Alright, they play in the South Division of the professional. Right, that's the academy players. Academy graduates. Oh my god, we got a long list of people there. I'm struggling here at the moment to get up to speed, so let's keep going. We're actually not too late, actually. We're trundling along in the mid-30s. Actually obviously we've got a speed limit of 15 coming up, so... Right. I'm not being funny, Liam, but I'm looking up the complete list of academy players from 8th of June 2023 to be exact, and your name is not on there. Your first name, that is. So I don't mean to be mean, but what you say is not true. So sorry. Especially if you're going to be transferred to the first team, for crying out loud, training with them, etc., then you know, Colchester will put. Well, we'll find out, won't we? I mean, I'll definitely keep an eye on their social media feeds, because if what you say is about this, I don't know, transfer or whatever's going to happen, which, well, I'm struggling to believe what you say, especially, you know, there is no way you could have just joined, you know, the academy like, I don't know, a month or two ago and then all of a sudden break through to their first team. I'm sorry. I'm not a football fanatic, you know, I don't know how, you know, I'm not a professional footballer, I don't plan to be, I'm too old for it really. But, yeah, it's only Colchester United, I'm not going to a team like Luton Town. Crikey, well, blimey, you better be careful of what you say. You know, if you're employed by Colchester United, which, you know, what you say is again true about, you know, breaking into their first team, you better be careful of what you say. They could sack you on the spot, you know. I mean, Colchester United is a big club, and, you know, they're in the Football League, for crying out loud. You know, think of all the clubs that are in lower divisions, you know. Like, what is it? National League, North, South, the National League itself. So, you know, quite a few people will be very privileged to be, you know, part of a Football League club. Liam, I thought in the first team, no, I'm in the academy, we've been informed, so maybe selected to be in there. Well, I'm confused now. We're players from a team that have a goal difference of -46. This is the league table you want about, I take it, for Colchester. Either way, you shouldn't disrespect the club. You know, they could potentially, you know, could be earning quite a bit of money from playing for Colchester United, so I wouldn't rubbish them in public. I think that's a bit... It's not very good, is it? Personally, I would conduct myself with a bit of decency and respect. I know it may be academy football, but, you know, you've got to be appreciative. Playing in, you know, those surroundings and conditions. Many people get an opportunity to be an academy or a football league club. It's many people's dream. So yeah, sorry Liam, I don't quite believe you there, mate. That sounds like that don't sound right to me. One minute you're saying you've come through the academy, now you're saying you're only in the academy, so yeah, I don't quite. And then you say you're getting the transfer, so yeah, to me the dots don't connect, and sorry, I may be sounding a bit harsh, but it sounds to me like you're lying, and I don't like liars. I despise them, so please don't do it again, otherwise you'll be gone. Yeah, sorry. Especially, before Christmas. I mean, come on, mate. Let's not say rubbish things. Let's get in the spirit. Let's be happy. Let's not tell gobbledygooks. Tea's cold though. Tea's cold. Anyway, forget the football actually for a minute. Well, actually no, Spurs had a very good win against Nottingham Forest the other day, I must say. Yeah, what was I saying? I was speaking about like a Great Western Express like return, wasn't I? To be fair, what is interesting is in reference to Dovetail losing the GWR license, they do seem to be using it, even though they really shouldn't be. They're allowing the rolling stock as GWR branded licensing to be used on other routes, which I thought you wouldn't be allowed to do. Like obviously you got 166s being used on the Brighton main line to simulate Reading to Luton Gatwick airport services. Then you've got what is it, the GWHST itself obviously is going to run on West Somerset, which is quite cool actually, must admit. I think GWR HSTs can be used on I think it's Birmingham Cross City line actually. It's like going to the works or something for repairs, so that's quite cool. And then I did hear a little rumour about I think the 166s can be used in the livery designer, even though they are apparently strictly forbidden, I think, from using in the livery designer. I think you can use the HST and the 166 on the scenario planner, which is perfectly fine. You just can't use them in like livery designer, I think, because then that creates a bit of a nightmare. But apparently the 166 can be used in the livery designer, which goes against their not really licensing agreement, because they haven't got the license anymore, but maybe the agreement, the exiting agreement, maybe, I don't know, the divorce papers, if you like, for GWR. But yeah, in my head I just have like I've been thinking about it the last 2 days, I don't know why, just like this grand, this vision, this plan of like, if I was in charge of Dovetail, this is the revival of Great Western Express right here. How it would work, what I would use, where it will go to or from, what branches will be included, etc, etc. So would be cool. What's even more cool is that obviously the current Great Western Express, obviously Old Oak Common, the depot in real life is now gone. been demolished to make way for HS2, if it's ever going to get finished. I'm struggling to believe that that's going to get finished, because obviously the original plan was to, well, connect the north to the south in the faster, more advanced way. Obviously, it's not even going to get anywhere near the north. It can only go up to the Midlands, West Midlands of Birmingham. And it may even struggle to reach London Euston, let alone get finished Old Oak Common as a big station. So yeah, HS2 is a bit messed up at the moment, unfortunately. I think they should just scrap it, get rid of it now that they've ditched all, you know, the section to Manchester and where else was it going? Was it going to like Liverpool, Leeds, Newcastle, all those kind of places? I remember when Eurostar was first introduced. I think they were, well, I think it was it when HS1 was finished in 2007 or something. I think there was little plans in the pipeline of making Eurostar, what is it, like a line 2 or something, using the Eurostar to connect the rest of the country, like, you know, upgrading the East Coast Main Line and West Coast Main Line, wherever, to utilise the Eurostar sets. Obviously that never happened, and HS2 was planned. It started off reasonably well, and then it just deteriorated over time. Such a shame. Could have been really good, but unfortunately it cost too much money, and then, yeah, pulled the plug on it, basically. So it's a bit pointless having it now, just going from London to Birmingham. Really is. Oh well, never mind. Never mind. Alright, into Standage Tunnel once again. Going to increase the power, increase it to maximum. There we go. Okay, early I'm having a tough time of life now, hot meal. Right now, so I'm not as funny or smart or anything as I was. Well, I mean, you know, I've had a tough time this year as well. I mean, I've lost a very close friend of mine and 2 relatives, so I know how you feel, but it's not fun to lie, but I'm being harsh, but, you know, I'm sorry, you know, that's just how the world goes round. You don't lie, regardless what situation you're in. Sorry. Simon, you can also see some sets at Derby. HSTs, yeah, that's true actually. I don't know why. They have GWR branded sets, coaches in Derby. Did GWR used to send them to Derby? I think it was. They didn't send them to. Oh, they could have sent them to Derby's Litchchurch Lane Works, couldn't they? For repairs. I mean, I don't know. Do they send HSTs or locomotives or sets of trains to Litchchurch Lane Works for repairs? I know they make a few trains there. I'll be back in the day. Some of GWR wouldn't have sole rights to the 166, and maybe that's why. Oh, fair enough. It's true. Simon, what's annoying is that there is full blue First Great Western HST in the game of its own interior, which can't be used. Yeah, I've seen that. I reckon that route and HSTs and 166s were made, you know, with the intention of using the First Great Western livery, but obviously must have been a last minute decision to stick the GWR or create the GWR livery, because that must have been the transitional period from First Great Western to Great Western Railway. I think it was 2016, 2017, that kind of time, if I'm mistaken. So something like that. Liam with the same with ease. Train bonds is trying to keep a straight face. Straight face. I see what you've done there. Yeah. Oh, messed around with the camera. See Daisy. Out into the daylight. Oh yeah, we should see some hot air balloons in the sky. So obviously the monastery thing will have been unlocked for quite a long period of time. I must say I do like this simple HUD I've turned on recently. There's a balloon in the sky. You can probably just make it out at the hillside, even though it isn't textured very well. Albeit this was the very early days of Train Sim World, so I'll forgive Dovetail for that. But yeah, this new, simpler HUD, I'm getting used to it. I do like it, I must say. I thought I'd just give it a try because I was getting a bit bored of having the same old HUD. I really quite like it, not gonna lie. It's simple and it's easy to use. Has all the correct information. I really like it. I do indeed. TOE HSTs most likely run from Euston to north and south, divide and just end. True. GWO HSTs went to Doncaster, I believe, for refurbishment. Right. That makes a bit of sense. Simon, I think the set at Derby is the same theory as those work services on the Cross City. Right. I see. Just got the train coasters. We're at 1% downhill gradient, 6 miles away from Huddersfield in just under 10 minutes time, so we're doing okay for time. Commander First Group told them to make it GWR for marketing, probably. I do like, I remember the old First Great Western liveries, you know, with the purpley pinky swoops. And that. I called it a blackberry kind of livery. You know, the base colour. I call it like a blackberry colour. But you know, I do like the GWR green in the logo, especially on the Hitachi Class 800s. They do look very smart with them, I must say. 387s as well, they look good with them on too. Same goes for the 166s. Earlier, what's the difference between a teacher and the train conductor? One trains the mind, the other minds the trains. Yes. Yeah. Commander, the old First Group liveries were fantastic, especially on the buses. Blimey, the buses. Jeez, I'm struggling to put a picture in my head on the buses. Did Reading, the buses in Reading have a first livery? God, blimey, I can't remember. Crikey. I don't remember. Well, the nearest local buses these days are in like a leopard. livery, which yeah, looks a little bit unusual, but certainly stands out. I'll give it that. I think the local bus is called, it runs on the Leopard line, or the Leopard route. I don't use the buses. I haven't been on the bus since I was in college. Christ. Just looking at the time, 10:30, so we should be okay for time. I mean, I have to stay up anyway to let Mum in late. She's out late tonight. 3 miles to go until Huddersfield. Jerry, all you never know for GW or HSTs of Derby could have been purchased by Smith and Strange, just haven't been repainted yet. Well, that's a cool theory. I like that one. That's quite cool. That's a good little backstory there. I like that. Good thinking, Thierry. Get the gold medal for story of the HST GWR coaches in Derby. Gold star. Sorry, can't give you a Christmas present. It won't arrive on time. I finally decided what I want for Christmas, people. It's a pink Spurs, well, not pink, what is it? It's like a purpley colour Spurs Nike top that I want. It's been on my radar for quite a while. It's quite a rare one. It's on Vinted, so or eBay, whatever it is. I thought, oh, what do you want for Christmas? Mum said, okay, I don't know, but maybe that one. This shirt here, please. This top here, please. That'll do. I'm really not bothered what I want for Christmas. If it's just chocolate, Galaxy chocolate, I'll happily take it. I'll tell you something. I was looking up today on the GWR news website, and what was fascinating is that they're slowly publishing photos of their calendar for next year, and some of the photos are absolutely extraordinary. One of them was, which is the cover of the 2024 calendar, is a beautiful picture of the bridge. What is it? You know, goes over Devon to Cornwall. What's it called? The Royal Albert Bridge? Forget what it's called. The Tamar? Is that what it is? The Tamar Bridge? I think, yeah, that's the name. I'm pretty sure. Unless that's the road bridge, and I'm completely wrong. Right, we need a break now. Need a break now. But yeah, there was a wonderful, it was like an early morning picture, like an aerial shot of a GWR HST just going across the bridge at, like, you know, in the early hours of daylight. It looked fantastic. I mean, you need to see it. I mean, you've probably seen it on their social media feeds or advertisements, whatever. It looks fantastic. And we've come to a dead standstill. It's my fault. But yeah, it looks absolutely wonderful. I'm surprised the HSTs are still running for GWR. I think they do, like, what was it? God, 5 coach train or something. 2 HSTs, maybe 3 coaches, something like that. To, like, Plymouth or Bristol or Cardiff or something like that. I don't know. It's good to see that the HSTs are still running around in the southwest of England. I'd love to just have another ride on the HSTs, but I don't think I'm going to plan to go down to the southwest just to ride a HST. Maybe it's summer holidays if they're still around. Maybe. I don't know when they disappear. It's inevitable that they're disappearing. You never know. We might get a scenario like what's happened with what's it called? Trans-Pennine Express, where they had their new or refurbished, what was it, 68s locomotive and coaches and cab car. They've actually been taken out of service because of their unreliability, and I think the old trains are going to have to come back into service to fill the void that's been left from the broken. I think they're class 68s or 67s, something like that. Liveries look fantastic, and I really like the cab car that they've got for Trans-Pennine Express. I saw pictures of it. I really like the look of the cab car. Looks very menacing. Sadly, it's very poor because yeah, it had many technical problems, unfortunately. Here we are at Huddersfield, ahead of schedule. I can't believe it. At it's 11:29. I think that'll do. Yes, it will. Thank you. Alright, welcome to Huddersfield. Again. Got the Class 08 now, chilling out in the coaches and the vans. I do love these intercity coaches. That's what the Class 800 needs. Those kind of seats. For GWR services. Anyway, let's take a look at the timetable for today. Platform 1. Is that we've got? Platform. We must be. No, we're not that one. A bit confused. What platform are we on? We're on platform 8. Do they have a PIS display for platform 8? No, it's only platform 1. What about this one? Is this all the PIS does? Is platform 1? Well, that's a bit pointless. I swear it used to display different platforms and the destinations and timings and stuff. Looking as hard as I can, maybe. No. Oh, how bizarre. Unless it's broken. Oh, that's going to irritate me hugely. If that's broken. That's another thing to put on the list of broken things for Trans-Pennine. That's such a shame. Got a 101 coming in. That must be from Marsden, I presume, or something like that. No, it's coming from Leeds, isn't it, to Huddersfield? My bad. There's the 101, two coach unit. Let's go to our next station stop, which is Dewsbury, just under 7 miles away. Right, what's that scuttling away from Huddersfield? Let's take a look at this little devil. He's going to Marsden. Okay, I was right. First time around. Right. Let's have a look. I've lost where I am on the chat. I think the train's able to run in either 5 or 10 carriages formation, capable of speeds up to 140 miles per hour in electric mode and 125 miles per hour using diesel engines, using modern MTU engines from Rolls-Royce. They will cut harmful emissions under diesel power up to 90%. Do they now? Commander, the modern Reading buses are brilliant. Well, they are very reliable. I'll give you that, and certainly look interesting from the livery. I don't know what they're like to drive, obviously, and operate, because I don't think my future direction is going to be training to be a bus driver, so only you can give me that kind of feedback, I suppose. Ordered a model of one of our new double-deckers. Put that on your New Year's resolutions, maybe. Come on, and the modern Reading buses are brilliant. Oh, I haven't been on them very much, but it's a decent service. Double deckers, they don't come by near where I am. It's mostly single decker. Just thinking, when was the last time I've ever had a double decker come by where I live? Blimey, a long time ago. Maybe like some vintage ones, like from vintage buses, maybe. Thierry's buses, where he is garbage. Oh dear. Bit older, eh? Bit unreliable. Oh dear. Now come on over, they do each route by colour as well, which is a nice touch. For Reading buses, you mean? Yes, they do. I can't remember what the colour bus line is where I am. It's not red, I know that. I was going to say like a leopard colour, but I don't know what colour of like a yellowish colour. I mean, they don't really look yellowy, especially from a distance. They look more not like a brown almost colour. I don't know, from a distance. Unless it's me, my eyesight getting worse then. I don't know. Earlier in the Virgin Hyperloop uses a near vacuum environment within the tube, which enables high speeds, lower power consumption, almost completely removes aerodynamic drag. Inside the two battery power pods give speeds of 670 miles per hour. Crikey, the Virgin Hyperloop. Speed limit of 50 coming up. We need to get down that speed reasonably quickly. It would be lovely if we could. Ooh, just is enough for me. Liam, why isn't I surprised you want a Spurs shirt? Ah, well, the difference with this this purpley one is it's quite rare. It's not from like this season or last season. It's from quite a few years ago, and it's quite rare to get hold of them, especially in my size. So. Yeah, that's why I put it to Mum when she asked what you want for Christmas. I said, hey, well, that's probably what I want. If you could get that, fantastic. I'll be very happy. For my birthday, I did get new trainers, new shoes. I badly needed, especially when going on dog walking. Mostly because the old trainers I had ran out of grip. So new ones are much more grippy. Certainly will take some getting used to. They are nice. So that was a nice bit. So 2 plus 4 plus 2. Right. That's probably what I've seen then on the calendar. Simon, I'll be gone soon, sadly. No first class either. No. I definitely wanted to see the ScotRail ones. They look better. Do they now? What, the calendar or the HST? Does ScotRail even run a HST? Or maybe a Class 68, that's what you're referring to? I don't know, I've lost track of everything at the moment. Hey Samuel Smith, I did see you there. Your message was retracted for some reason, but I know you are there, so if you are there, hey, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever time you're watching this. Hope you're well. As always, I'll say once again, if you've enjoyed the stream so far, make sure to hit the thumbs up button below, and if you are watching for the first time, be it live or on playback, then I'd really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. Fear not, this is not the last stream before Christmas. There will be another stream this weekend on Christmas Eve, so that's Sunday the 24th of December 2023, and we'll still be on Northern Trans-Pennine, but having a Christmassy kind of themed look at the heavy freight pack, the British Rail heavy freight pack I should say, which have a mixture of shunting and of course charging around on the Pennines with a Class 40. Quite cool as well that you can use the Class 40 on passenger services, and you can use the 47 and the 45 on freight services. That is a nice touch. Certainly this route can be more busier, just by looking at Just Trains' Blackboard branches timetable. If it gets 250 services, so certainly way more services can be squeezed out of this route's timetable, no doubt. Speed limit of 45, we're only at 50. Wow, certainly struggling to get up to not even near 60. It's like just 50, right? This 47 hasn't got as much guts as the 45, I fear. I think. Not sure what the power difference is between the 45 and the 47. Haven't got brakes on it, I think. No. Commander Trans-Pennine Express, when it was owned by First, was awful. Every train was either cancelled or delayed. Every time I was in Manchester, you could always hear cancellation announcements. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I still hear cancellation announcements at whichever station I visit, mainly Reading or London Paddington. Not an announcement you want to hear, really, is it? What is interesting that GWR has done over the Christmas period is that they've increased the amount of services you can use over the Christmas period. I think there was one statistic where they've effectively doubled the amount of local services in the Thames Valley area over the Christmas period, especially for the weekend and New Year period as well. I don't have the exact statistics in front of me, but we were on about saying, what was it? This extra amount of seats available because of the amount of other trains we're going to put into service for this specific local services at this time of year. I have to get it up in a minute, actually. I'll be bugging me now. Just take a look at the chat again. Come on, remember one being late by 40 minutes. Oh god, it's not good, is it? Thierry, Trans-Pennine Express Nova 3, I think. The BR Class 68 with 5 Mark 5 coaches. That's it, yeah, that's what it is. That was the one. We are now approaching Dewsbury. Running late this time. Oh dear. That'll do. Does the whole train fit on the platform? Oh no, not by a long shot. I knew this was a short platform, I just didn't know how much the train was going to be hanging off the platform. Yeah, I'm fine, thanks, Samuel Smith. Hope you're well. Thierry, I think some British train operators are stupid. I mean, they run a 2-car train during rush hour on like a 3-hour service. Yeah, unfortunately they just tend to just panic by the looks of it and just say, what have we got available? Ah, we got a 2-coach, I don't know, 158 or 195 or whatever. Let's use that instead. Alright, good idea, let's use that. That'll do. Full power. Let's go to our final stop, which is Leeds. Just under 8 miles away. And here the company puts single deckers on the busy route at peak times while a double decker runs a route which is never even busy. What's the logic in that? Oh, I don't know. Simon, ScotRails have HSTs and intercity services from Glasgow and Edinburgh to the further north. Do they? Oh, I never knew that. Oh, cool. That must be some journey about. Wow. It's going to be a good journey. Both from a comfort perspective and from a visual perspective, scenery wise, it must be spectacular. Thierry, like East Midlands Railway, run a 2-car from Norwich to Nottingham, where they join to another unit to run to Liverpool. Wouldn't it make sense to run a 4-car all the way? Would be, wouldn't it? Maybe they don't have 4 cars available. Who knows? We've got a yellow coming up, so there must be a service in front of us, a freight. Local service. Oh yeah. Drat. That's not what we need if we're trying to make up for lost time. Simon, they have a 5-car with first class and a little buffet and a nice livery. Makes me, what was that? Must have been a coat or something. It fell off. Oh well, never mind. I'll have a little peek at that on Google in a minute. Never knew if HSTs would be used by ScotRail, especially you know, doing services like you said. Wow. Just over 6 miles to go. Cheerio, ScotRail, into 7 city, 2+4, 5 HST sets between Edinburgh, Aberdeen, Perth, Glasgow, Dundee and Inverness. In Japan, if your train's late, I think you get a free journey, plus you get an explaining why you're late. Yeah, I remember that. I remember Richard Hammond discussing that on the race for the Mr. Clarkson in his car. No. Train race, the what was it? No, but we're using the bullet train, wasn't it, in Japan? Commander Class 15195 is really good, honestly. The interior is very well designed. I haven't seen the interior often, to be honest. I'm supposed to cruise at sort of speed, this will do. So we got a red. What was I going to look at? The first Great Western, crikey, can't have that in my head now. GWR. Let me just type in GWR. That's it, GWR News, that's it. There we go. News, there we go. Oh, I've just looked at engineering work with Christmas trains. Excellent. Oh, thankfully that won't be happening. Yeah, here we go. This was a statistic that I said about GWR, what they're doing over the Christmas period. More than 14,000 extra seats. As GWR responds to changes in passenger behaviour over the Christmas period. 25 extra train sets, equating to more than 14,000 seats. Jesus Christ. It's part of its December timetable. Obviously I'm a bit late to the party because I'm only just now reading this. And even say what they are as well. It says, to meet demand for travel over the Christmas period, offer 8 extra trains on Saturdays, 16 on the weekdays between Swindon, London Paddington, as well as additional Bristol Temple Meads to London Paddington and London Paddington to Bristol Temple Mead services at the busiest times. These extra trains, predominantly 8 carriage class 308s to Swindon, are timed in the late morning, afternoons and early evenings when demand is at its greatest. Wow. And will alleviate pressure on Bristol and South Wales services. Oh, right. In addition, they'll be increasing the number of carriages between London Paddington and Great Malvern from 5 to 9. Wow, okay. GWR is also adding more extra trains and extending the calling pattern for far more between Exeter and Paignton in support of the nighttime economy. Okay. Ooh, that's very good, that. 14,000 extra seats. I had a feeling it was like some crazy number. I had to read it twice. I was like, what? That's a lot of new sets of trains that's just had to come into service for December, for Christmas and New Year. Oh, good on them. Good on them. Hope they're all reliable. 25 extra sets, 14,000 extra seats. Good grief. Last time I was in Reading, it was very, very busy, but that was before December, wasn't it? I was there, yeah. I'll tell my mum that. Because we are going away for New Year's, albeit we were driving, mainly because we're going to be bringing so much stuff with us. But, well, we're going to be offering extra services during that time period, then I may have to tell Mum that. But I don't think we'll be using the train regardless. I think we'll have far too much stuff. Christmas presents and extra bits and pieces for the New Year celebrations. Do you like to celebrate New Year's? Don't worry, people, not planning to go out for a night on the Thames or something. Don't worry. I'm not going to get pissed at 2 AM in the morning at Elephant and Castle or wherever you'll find me. Not in West End or anything like that, crikey. Not going out drinking, don't be so stupid. Fortunately, I have a cousin's dog to look after, so I'll probably have a few drinks, but no, I'm not going out for a night in the town, so no need to worry. I'm getting old, honestly. Don't think I could do late nights out anymore. 2 miles to go until, roughly 2 miles to go until Leeds, or Leeds City as it's known in the game, I believe. Got a speed limit of 25 coming up shortly. What do it goes? Class 195s. I'll have a look at them. Can't remember what the class 195. Oh, them. Wow, yeah, look at the colour of it. Look at them. God, they're bright. Jeez. They look smart, don't they? Just looking at a picture of a Northern branded one. That looks cool. I like the front of it. Looks very cool. Right, let's get on the brakes. I think that might be a wise thing to do. Commander has said the 195s are really good. The interior is very well designed. I haven't looked at the interior, but I did see a little brief, albeit very pixelated, snapshot of the interior. Looks certainly roomy. Commander always end up getting Transport for Rail service, always a 175. Simon, the nighttime economy sounds dodgy. Don't think of it like that then. Think of it for, I don't know, people who has to do all night shifts, like in, I don't know, supermarkets, hospitals, or I don't know, God knows, factories, you name it. And not the dodgy stuff. No. Yeah, nightclubs and, you know, cafes, or, you know, not cafes, you know, mainly pubs and clubs, you know, that go into the early hours. Clearly, nighttime economy is strong in Bristol. As far as GWR wanted to specifically point out, was it Exeter or was it Bristol it mentioned? For its strong nighttime economy. Of course, universities as well. Just under half a mile to go till Leeds, and then I'll call it a day. So I think we've done reasonably well there, aside from my miserable failure with the 101. Gone from Leeds to Manchester on an express, and then did a normal semi-fast, I suppose, passenger service with the 47. It's quite nice to get back in the 47 again, actually. Thierry, Northern isn't the only operator of 195s. Oh, right, who else has the 195s in at their disposal then? Simon, Shane Paddington is closed from the 24th to the 27th. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a pain in the neck, isn't it? Well, ironically, they choose the Christmas period, don't they? Christ. Right at the end of the month. Why don't they choose like at the start of December or something for engineering works? It is engineering works, I think is what they said. Whatever the hell that means. Crikey. There's not enough building stuff on that main line as it is. Fixing things and all that stuff. I mean, when there was a fire at Reading, not the station, but construction site near the station, I think they were building flats or something, there was a fire there, and we had to delay some of the services that day. I remember it. I was there not long after it happened. They had temporary speed restrictions because they thought the tracks nearby were damaged or something like that. I think like the points or something, or safety systems or signalling issues apparently arose because of a fire that happened near the station. Why, I don't know, but yeah, there was temporary speed restrictions, especially during the fire. I can understand that, you know, plumes of smoke going across the track and all that stuff. Yeah, but it's a pain in the neck that London Paddington's closed from the Christmas Eve, isn't it? Yeah, Christmas 24th to 27th. Blimey. I can understand, you know, Christmas Day being closed. Christmas Eve is the pain in the neck, I suppose, the big pain. Boxing Day to a degree as well, you know, Boxing Day sales and all that stuff, shopping. I personally think the shop shouldn't be open for Boxing Day, it should be treated as holiday. There you are. Coming into the platform now, platform 5A to be exact. Oh, I can see some tankers over there, TEA tankers. Reasonably busy this time in the morning. Yeah, you got a freight train there, you got a 47 that never moves, same goes for those class 101s. Another class 101s, 45, that never moves either. There's all these coaches here, they never move either. So yeah, Leeds certainly can be more alive, let's say. Right, let's have a look at this stock matrix display. Is it going to display the right numbers here? Right, platform 5, 11:57. Can that be our destination? Going to Scarborough? Unless it's this. No, it can't be that one. That's end of the line, isn't it? So it's got to be our one. So we're in fact this train is going to Scarborough. Bang on 12 o'clock. Lunchtime for the people, the passengers that is. And there we are. Always a joy to get back on Pennine and have some fun. Love it. There we are, and it took me just over an hour and 13 minutes. Obviously we stopped at Stalybridge, Huddersfield, Dewsbury, and terminated at Leeds City. Got a gold medal too. Hey, not bad at all. Right, I think I'll call it a day. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Has your train come from Liverpool? Oh, I don't know, Liam. Liam. Thierry, sorry, apologies. I thought it was going to Scarborough, but I don't know. I think the dot matrix displays were a bit higgledy-piggledy. I mean, it didn't display our destination at Huddersfield, did it? So only platform 1 and only platform 1. But yeah, there we are. That concludes the stream on one of my favourite routes in Train Sim World, the old BR Blue, Northern Trans Pennine. If you'd enjoyed it, then make sure to hit the thumbs up button below, and once again, if you are watching for the first time, then I'd really appreciate it if you would hit the subscribe button as well. The next stream, hopefully, fingers crossed, will be should be on Christmas Eve, believe it or not. God, it's gone so fast. December the 24th, 2023, where we'll be taking a look at some freight action on the Pennines, the British Rail Heavy Freight Pack. So hopefully you could join me for that. If not, then I would just like to say thank you very much for watching. Have a great Christmas and New Year. And as always, I will see you next time.